Hey, this is Candia Raquel, and you are at the Sensual Sessions podcast, the place to explore sensing pleasure through your senses and moving in a way that is free from inhibition and full of self expression. If you're new, please go to www.centraldepoder.com and get yourself subscribed to get these episodes delivered on your inbox every week. And today we have a very special guest. This is Uma Armengol, and she's an expert in the womb and sensitivity. So, welcome, Uma. I am very happy to have you here.
Thank you, Candia. I'm very happy to be here.
Yes. So, tell us a little bit about your background. How did you become interested in the womb?
Well, my background is psychotherapy and somatic experience practitioner. I have different other modalities that I work with people. Most important, when I went into doing my personal work, my personal healing, especially when I started to do my training in somatic experiencing, then is when I realized that the trauma was starting to bubbling up in my body. It was clear for me that I had to dig more deeply, and life put me in a situation of having a near-death experience, which put me in full stop. I was living in Oslo Fjords, and I could not really move for 3 years, so I took the time to research about the womb and actually start connecting the womb with the senses and with the intuition, and start connecting not only with my personal trauma, but the collective and transgenerational trauma. And then I said, okay, the will is invented. If we go through trauma, we also can have the possibility to reconstruct and reconnect and go back to love. And so everything really started like that through my own personal experience,
Yeah, coming back to the real center of your center, that is the womb.
Absolutely.
And this is the first of our trilogy on sensuality. So I want to ask you about the womb, the sensuality, and this natural state and ability to love, to receive, to give love, and to be at one with someone else, with environment, with the universe, as love before trauma entered into our lives. That is our episode 2.
Yeah, it reminds me very much. I did quite a lot of work on reconstruction of my sexuality. And I thought that love was about that, reconstructing your sexuality, your sensuality, and your connection to touch. This was before I had my near-death experience. What I found out is that life really put me in going deeper into finding love from a different perspective, which is the core of your being. Experiencing the womb in such a way gave me a direct experience with my me in the womb. Everybody come from a womb, and how the trauma originates there. The sensual touch, first of all, is developed inside the womb, inside the tummy of our mothers, and amniotic liquid and blood, that's the only thing that we have contact with our mother. The baby senses, is so permeable, is pure love when it's really in the womb. And so the first imprint of touch is in the womb. And then when we are born through the channel or cesarea, depends on the situation, we all experience trauma at birth. Some of them less, some of them more. But this is how the neurosystem in our brain has the capacity to be open to receive the touch or not. The imprint of the touch depends also how we are receiving the world. So if we are lucky to have good received in a nice place with a lot of loving parents. Nowadays, we know how important are the doulas to support the birth and the environment with mother, father, and the surroundings to really bring that felt sense of welcome into the world. And that's the first imprint that the baby has when it comes out in the world. But the first imprint is in the world, in the baby already. The baby already has the felt sense. If the trauma has been traumatic for that baby, the baby will close some parts of the self, and it will develop at a much, much later stage. Why it's important is because then when we go into adulthood, when we want to connect and relate to sensuality or sexuality, those imprints are very much in our subconscious. So, of course, it's an interruption. It's an interruption between the love between the baby and the mother, baby and father, or baby in the environment. Mm-hmm. And because it's nonverbal, yes, the baby doesn't speak. It's just somatic. It's the senses, the smell, the eyes, the touch, Yes. And this is how everything really originates. And this is why it's so important to really understand that this is our first imprint of love.
This is our first imprint of love. And how does it forms how does it forms later on the develop, like, what is the shape that this imprint takes while we develop our identity?
It's still in research. We know that we inherited trauma, transgenerational trauma. We inherited trauma of our mothers or our parents through our DNA. We also inherited transgenerational trauma, and we may be repeating some patterns of our grandparents. It's very interesting, but it's all transferred by DNA activation through energy. Yeah. We don't know. It's really a wondering, because you might have some DNA genes that will be active or passive. And I think that the depends of the upbringing of the baby and the child is starting to walk, is starting to discovering life, exploring life, will develop the capacity for more resilience to stand up in the world and develop a sense of self. This is why the babies and the first 7 years of life are so important, because we really, by experiencing, we discover the world. And start really thinking, this is me, and this is this. Yeah, through the senses. Yeah.
Through the senses. So at what level does this primary imprint can interrupt the connection to the senses?
At every level, emotional, mentally, sexuality, in all levels. It's not set. We don't know. Depends of the personality of the person, the little one. We don't know at what age the trauma will be shown or not. If the person develop a capacity to hold your own self and develop more personality, you work through your life, you thrive in life, is different than someone who really gets stuck with past events. It's really depends of everybody life quest in this journey, discovering who we are.
It's singular to each person.
Yeah, it's very unique.
And what is the role that the womb plays in the digestion or in the processing of this imprint?
It's huge, and sadly, many people disconnect from the body.
Yeah.
This is the first manifestation when we go off the track. Yeah. When we are present with ourselves, we feel the body. We feel our senses, the smell, taste, the perception of oneself is here, is within me, and the perception of the world is there. But we disconnect. And life events, trauma, and the dissociative process takes you off the track. Now, important thing that, we can see that there's a lot of work with doulas and female workshops on, a lot of research about how to reclaim your feminine side. The first thing that we need to do is really connect your intuition to your womb.
Okay.
Yeah. Remember that the womb is the container, and inside the container is dark. Yeah. And in that darkness has all our life history, all our DNA, all the trauma, and all the glories, all the gold, everything. So inside the womb, it carries everything. But because we are disconnected, we cannot access that information. Many people think that everything is in the brain, but it's actually in the womb. The womb is the creator of life. Yeah.
The womb is
and so when we reconnect our intuition to our womb, we start seeing, we start feeling, we start listening to the womb. And we as female receptivity is the key. Yeah. To be able to access all that important information that is your life story.
All the information that is your life story, the gifts, and also the shadows that needs to be processed. So a question is the womb strictly related to the uterus, meaning women that have had a radical hysterectomy, have they lost the womb, or do men have a womb even if they don't get pregnant?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Remember that we live in a physical body.
Yes.
But we also have an energetic body, an ethereal body, astral body, ancestral body. So we have different bodies outside the body. So the aura is quite big. Man has a womb. They have an energetic womb. They come from a mother. They come from the womb. Yeah.
Yeah.
And woman, even if they have had the hysterectomy, they definitely have the energetic womb. And they feel it because that's the imprint that they have in the nervous system, in the brain. And it will function exactly the same. And with the power of the mind, you can definitely keep producing the level of hormones that you need for your body to keep functioning perfectly well. But we need to connect.
Wow.
Yeah.
We have that ability.
Yeah, we have that. It's imprinted in the body system. The body has all the capacity to heal itself if we connect to that capacity.
To that well of life force that is the womb. So can you share with us a little exercise to connect to the womb and therefore to connect with our intuition?
It's difficult if you are not in your best receptive manner. We can try, but it will take a little bit of time.
Okay.
But basically, the key is to really close your eyes and connect first you connect to your feet. And you feel your feet in the ground. And you feel your breathing. And you connect to your legs, your spine, your head. So the embodiment of yourself, you reconnect yourself. You recognize yourself inside yourself. and you relax. And this is a place that you know very well. This is a place that is called, this is me. This I recognize as me. And from there, notice the breathing and notice the heart. With curiosity. From that point, I invite you to connect to your third eye, located in between your eyes, your front head. And trying to see if actually you can see any color, if it's dark or has a particular quality when you're trying to see through the third eye. And through this practice, you start also visualizing your womb. It helps if you put your right hand in your womb and your other hand in your heart, you know? And you notice your breathing. And you are curious about what you see. Depending of your receptivity, depending of your openness, your intention, you will connect more or you will connect less. And when the receptivity is there, you can even feel the vibrations of your womb because it pulsates. It has life. Sometimes even the ovaries jump, you know? And it all depends on what you want to see, what you want to hear, what you want to feel. And as the first time starting to connect to the womb, I always invite curiosity and just talk to your womb and say, I'm here for you. I love you. Thank you for holding me. I'm here to listen. Everything that you want to tell me, about us. So you reconnect with a direct frequency and intention to your womb. And to make it even more powerful, just connect to the elements where you are in a lovely place, in a lovely surrounding, with the air, with the trees, with the water behind you. You are really supported by nature in this relaxation. And feel your heart. So the big heart connects to the little heart, which is the womb. And this can last as long as you want, with the intention that you need, with the trust that you have a body that heals you if you actually connect to the healing quality, your own love. You know, the heart has a particular frequency, is the healing frequency for all of us. It's a gift. Yeah.
It's a gift.
It's just a gift. Yeah.
Yeah. I like this connection of the whole, all the centers, like grounding the feet, feeling the womb, the heart, the third eye, because it is a whole, and when the whole is integrated, like, then it makes sense that you're looking to a part, but it's not a part in isolation. Yeah, it feels very, very warm. It's a warm feeling, pleasurable, warm feeling. Yeah.
Well, imagine that inside of you, there is a little baby. It's a little baby who knows all this story, and it's the first imprint that is stealing you, and it's living through you. Yeah.
Yeah. The little baby that we were.
Yeah. Many women cannot access the womb right away. It's normal.
It's normal.
You need practice. You need trust that I can trust. And actually you contract because we don't want more pain. So we think that by contracting, we're not going to feel the pain, which is actually the opposite, but you need to learn how to access and surrender to surrender to what is. Yeah.
Yes, it's so nuanced. It's so nuanced, the sensation. And I got a localized feeling like, yes, this is my uterus. Honestly, the ovaries, I just imagine them. But I feel that that's a good idea. Like, maybe I don't feel my heart, but I know it's there. And I just create the openness for whatever sensation to emerge. And I believe that even noticing that you don't notice anything is a good start, because then you are placing like your attention to that area that maybe you haven't even cared about to feel it in decades, or maybe this is the first time. So like, also don't expect, this is what I told myself, like, I never thought about my ovaries in this way. So like, come on, Candia, in 41 years you never ever cared about feeling your ovaries, and you only complained when you had menstrual cramps. Like, don't expect this nuanced sensation to bloom at first time. Like, be gentle and calm. And that brought me just this gentle approach that you convey in your guidance, like, gave me this sensation of me being a safe space for me in a way, despite the mild traumas that I have experienced, as many people. So I believe that this is a very gentle practice that you shared with us. Thank you so much, Uma.
You're very welcome.
This is a lovely first part of our sensual trilogy of the womb. So tell us, how can we learn more from you?
You're very welcome. You're very welcome. As you know, I live in England, but I travel around with my womb workshop. I teach women how to access the womb and how to heal the womb. I also teach mature women on how to heal and learn from life experience with the golden womb, going into maturity, going into menopause. So the womb is really a life work that I am sharing. My website is uma-armengol.com. Is there, and hopefully by the time you hear this, it's going to be up and running, because there's a lot of material that I'm trying to implement. And I do 21 days healing of the womb in a 1-year training. I teach therapists how to support people healing the womb and reconnecting to the healing quality of the body as well. So, a lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do.
A lot of work to do. Yeah. And fascinating to discover the body.
Endless journey.
Well, yeah, because really no one really taught us that we have a body and that's the only home.
And that's the only home. Yes.
That's our only home.
This lovely flesh that we are and where we have already been living, but maybe maybe that home is a little bit abandoned with spider webs in the corner.
Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
And a lot of old furniture and stuff that maybe it served its function, but maybe it's also time to take an eye in there. And like you said, maybe we find ghosts of the past, traumas, but we surely will find our golden treasures.
Absolutely, absolutely. But we need to put the light there.
We need to put the light there.
We need to put the light, and then the gold and the mystery of light is really revealed. Yeah. And it's magic, really.
Thank you so much for sharing with us this light of your wisdom on the womb.
You're very welcome. Very, very welcome. Happy to be here.
Sensualist. So, go to www.uma-armengol.com and learn more about the mysteries in your womb with all her lovely materials. Also, if you haven't already, go grab the free guide to awaken sensuality at my website on www.centrodepoder.com. Catch you next time, and until then, remember to sense your fire so you can share the flame.